In the mid-20th century, civic life in America looked a lot like this. Citizens actively joined neighborhood associations, planned city infrastructure over paper maps, and filled the ranks of local organizations like the Rotary Club. But according to sociologist Robert Putnam's famous thesis, Bowling Alone, that dense network of communal activity has largely collapsed. He argues that this steep decline in local participation threatens the stability of our democracy. Today, when we think of political engagement, we usually picture massive, impersonal spectacles. Millions of people passively watch national campaigns on a screen, completely detached from the actual mechanics of their own neighborhoods. To see what grassroots engagement really looks like today, we need to zoom all the way down to a hyper-local level, specifically the Board of Supervisors meeting in Newtown Township, Pennsylvania, on April 22, 2026. Listening to the residents who stepped up to the microphone that night reveals an interesting reality. Civic participation hasn't disappeared. It has evolved into highly technical, hyper-specific battles over local governance. The first type of modern citizen you'll find at these meetings is the builder. At the Newtown meeting, a resident representing the local baseball league pitched a collaboration to secure state grants for field lighting at Vets Park. This specific project had been stalled since 2008. Back intense light pollution blinding their houses and late-night noise from adult softball leagues. The builder arrived with a deeply researched solution. He explained how modern lighting technology uses precise spill-level metrics to tightly focus the beams, practically eliminating the issues that worried the neighbors 18 years ago. This diagram illustrates what the league presented. Traditional stadium lighting easily bleeds 1,000 feet outward. New photometric systems guarantee the light spill drops to virtually zero just 150 feet from the field's edge, well before reaching the closest houses. Securing a civic improvement today requires intensive preparation. Citizens have to act as hybrid lobbyists and technologists, finding obscure state funding pathways while engineering specific compromises to appease local neighborhoods. Then you have the watchdogs of the community. Another resident stepped to the podium to question a completely routine, easily overlooked line item buried in the township's consent agenda. The resident had submitted a right-to-know request and scrutinized a monthly engineering inspection invoice. He noticed the firm charged a flat fee of $100 per hour, yet the total bill for March came out to exactly $56,836.50. This breakdown shows the exact math. Dividing the massive total by the $100 hourly rate equals 568 total hours. Translated to a calendar grid, that equates to 71 consecutive 8-hour workdays crammed into 4 weeks. The math didn't add up. Forced to respond on the spot, the township administrators revealed a confusing reality. The invoice did not represent pure hourly labor. Instead, it was a hybrid pass-through fee structure, meaning the engineering firm collected a set percentage of the building permit revenues generated by local township construction. Even when the spending is legitimate, bureaucratic systems naturally obscure the details. Government transparency relies entirely on these watchdogs doing the grueling forensic accounting, then standing at a public microphone to demand plain answers. Finally, there are the dedicated community volunteers. During the committee reports, a representative from the Environmental Advisory Council gave a positive update on a local pollinator garden. Out of thousands of plugs planted, almost all had survived the winter, and the group's biggest immediate challenge was organizing a weeding party to fight off invasive dandelions. It is pure, hands-on local community service. Yet, seconds after discussing the garden, the meeting devolved into procedural chaos over who was officially allowed to sit on the council. Residents openly argued with the board about lost volunteer applications, about unreturned resident emails, and set anew member announcements who hadn't even been voted in. They spent more time debating quorum math than the actual environment they were protecting. Helping your town is rarely a simple task. Volunteering in modern local government requires enduring an exhausting gauntlet of administrative friction, just to earn the right to pull weeds. When Robert Putnam wrote Bowling Alone, he saw empty social halls and assumed civic life was disappearing entirely. But the evidence from a random Wednesday night in Newtown Township suggests something far more complex. Civic engagement has moved from the casual social clubs of the past into the technical, adversarial, and bureaucratic arenas of modern municipal governance. Democracy functions when citizens continue to audit the documents, challenge the board, and show up to endure the friction of the public square. A lone citizen stepping up to a microphone to hold local government accountable still wields extraordinary democratic power. True political power doesn't live on national cable news broadcasts. It lives right there on your local Board of Supervisors agenda, just waiting for you to participate.